go.
Hi, Emma. I'm Sarah, a housing clinician here at the building. I check in with tenants about daily life, stress, and health so we can see if there's any support that might help, including things like alcohol or other substances. I want you to know that I'm not here to judge you or tell you what to do. This is just a chance for us to talk and see if there's any ways to support your goals. Is that is it okay if we start with a few questions?
Yeah, sure.
Thank you. I really appreciate your openness. Everything you share today stays between us, and you can choose how much or how little you want to talk about. Can you tell me a bit about a typical day for you? What kind of things you do, and how, if at all, do drinking and other substances fit into your routine?
Yeah. Well, I usually wake up late, make coffee, and watch TV. Some days I just hang out in my apartment because the building can be stressful. Neighbors arguing, music blasting. On tough days, I might have a drink to relax.
It sounds like some days feel calm and predictable, but other days can feel really stressful or overwhelming.
Yeah, I don't want to get in trouble or make things worse with my neighbors.
So you're trying to manage stress while keeping your apartment and your routine intact. You want to enjoy some relaxation, but not in a way that causes problems or interferes with your life.
Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense. What else is important to you right now? Things that make your days feel manageable or meaningful.
So just keeping my apartment feeling less stressed and not feeling bored.
You're focused on stability and maintaining control over your life. You're thinking about ways to handle stress or boredom without letting alcohol or other substances take over. That sounds like a really thoughtful approach.
Hmm.
What kinds of things help you feel less stressed or more comfortable in your apartment when the building feels chaotic?
Sometimes I listen to music with headphones or I watch TV to distract myself. A drink helps a bit too.
It sounds like you already have some strategies to cope. Music, TV, and the occasional drink. You're aware of what works for you and are trying to manage stress in ways that are safe.
Yeah.
I ask all residents these questions to provide the best support. In the past year, how many times have you had four or more drinks in a day?
I would say maybe once or twice a month, usually like weekends or stressful days.
So heavy drinking is occasional, mostly on days that feel stressful. That gives me a sense of how alcohol fits into your life. Do you notice any patterns, times, feelings, or situations that make drinking more likely?
Um, Mostly like when I feel bored or annoyed by like the noise from the neighbors.
Drinking seems to be a way to cope with stress or boredom. It's helping you manage uncomfortable feelings, but only in certain situations. I'd like to ask a few more questions about alcohol. Have you ever thought you should cut down?
Sometimes, but it's not serious.
So you've noticed that cutting back could be helpful, but it hasn't felt urgent yet. Have people annoyed you? Have people annoyed you by criticizing your drinking?
Um, just friends. They joke sometimes.
So outside comments aren't really causing stress or concern? Have you ever felt bad or guilty about your drinking?
Only a little. Like when I feel lazy the next day.
And first thing in the morning, ever feel like you need a drink?
No.
Overall, it seems like drinking hasn't caused major consequences yet, but you're noticing small effects. You seem mindful of how alcohol affects your day to day life and your ability to reach your goals. That awareness is really important. It's great that you're already noticing patterns and thinking about how alcohol fits into your routine. That self awareness is a strong foundation for making change if you want to. Would it be okay if I share some information about alcohol and health?
Um, yeah, sure.
Some research shows that adults drinking more than three drinks in a day may experience fatigue, mood changes, or stress. These effects can make it harder to manage daily life, like keeping routines, staying productive, or even handling conflicts with neighbors. I'm sharing this because it relates to your goal of keeping your apartment and maintaining your routine. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense.
You want to enjoy drinks occasionally, but also prevent any negative effects on your daily life or well being. Have you noticed any of those have you noticed any of those effects yourself, like feeling more tired, irritable after a night of drinking?
Um, I guess sometimes I feel lazy the next day, like I wasted time.
So even occasional drinking has small consequences like less energetic or motivated. You seem motivated to prevent those effects so your life stays on track. If you decide to make a change, what would that look like to you?
I would say maybe like 2 or 3 alcohol-free nights a week, and only 1 or 2 drinks on other nights.
That's a realistic goal. You're aiming for moderation and already have a plan to support yourself. It sounds like you're thinking practically about how to reduce risk while still enjoying life. What kinds of things could help you stick to that plan?
I could keep busy with TV or music, maybe call a friend when I feel bored.
Those are excellent strategies. You've you're already planning how to support yourself in sticking to your goal. That shows a lot of thoughtfulness and self-management. On a scale of 0 to 10, how ready are you to follow this plan?
I guess about a 7.
Why is 7 not a 3?
I want to cut back, but not quit completely.
You're moderately ready and focused on practical steps rather than aiming for complete abstinence. That readiness is a strong starting point for gradual change. What might what might help move your readiness from a 7 to an 8 or a 9?
Mm, Maybe having a little more structure or some reminders about my goals.
That makes sense. Having small supports in place could make following your plan easier and more consistent. Today we talked about your typical day, how alcohol helps you cope, and some minor drawbacks you've noticed. You want to cut back a bit, have a plan for alcohol-free nights and feel fairly confident in sticking to it. You also want to maintain your apartment and routine, which are really important to you.
Yeah.
You've identified concrete steps to managing stress and alcohol safely. We can check in next time if you want, or I can provide additional tips and strategies, but it's completely your choice how much support to use. I'm proud of the thought you put into balancing your goals and your well-being. Before we finish, is there anything else you want to share about your daily life stress or strategies you use to stay on track?
Not right now, but I'll think about it.
That's perfectly fine. I really appreciate your openness today. It's clear you're already thinking carefully about your choices and taking steps to stay in control of your life.
Thank you.